All right, so we're on a job site doing what material is this?
Matte Venetian plaster.
A Venetian plaster in a matte finish, and this is Diana's handiwork.
Yep.
And this is the first coat. Looks beautiful, by the way, and it's a little hard to appreciate through a video, but in person you could see all the details in it. The second coat acts more as the movement, is that right?
Yeah, yeah. You get more movement, more dimension, different depths of the same color with the second coat.
Okay, can you explain the process a little bit of like what goes into an installation like this?
Well, for the full thing or just the second coat?
I guess just like, yeah, a full little explanation.
So with this, it's a plaster. So we want to make sure it adheres to the wall as best as possible.
Okay.
So you're going to set it up with its designated primer.
Right on.
And then from there you do your first coat, which is considered your base coat. You want to get it on there, make sure it just attaches to the wall. And then we sand it, get it nice and smooth. If you can feel it, it feels very nice, very smooth. Because lime and marble are in the material, so it's pretty much a stone.
So is that the compound? It's marble and lime?
Yes, correct.
Got it.
From there you do your second coat. Where you will kind of intentionally put movement, so depending on how you trowel it on, it'll give the depth and the dimension.
Okay.
From there, you could add a third coat or spot treat, just little areas. And you have a choice for sealing the material or keeping it raw, which is the more organic, natural way of having it.
Right, and I imagine without the sealer, the material is a little more matte on the finish.
Yes.
With
yes.
the sealer, does the material become a little bit like of a satin kind of finish?
Because this is a matte Venetian plaster, you can seal it and it still comes out matte.
Nice.
There's a shield protector that will at least keep it from getting water stains and certain kind of stains.
Got it.
So yeah.
And I'm trying to zoom out, but I can't. For people who would like to know what a job like this is a job where the wall's approximately
about the feet is 75 feet.
75 linear feet.
The square footage is about 440.
440 square feet. That's after subtracting the windows.
Correct.
And what does a job like this run somebody?
Labor only, you're looking at close to 4,000.
Okay.
With material, you're looking at 5,500.
All right, real quick before we go.
Yeah.
Pros and cons of a Venetian plaster versus some type of really expensive paint.
Okay. Pros, it is eco-friendly, 0 VOC, so you don't have any chemical, any after chemical residue. It's breathable. It turns into a stone again. Once the oxygen hits and the longer it stays, the harder it gets.
So for some of those listening on the video, there's something called the limestone process, and that's what Diana's referring to. I learned about this because Diana actually helped me learn a lot about this material, and I fell in love with the process. But basically, yeah, so this has gone through the limestone process. It was in a slate formula where they took the lime, rehydrated it, tinted it, made it applicable to the wall, and now it's going through the process of going back into, what is it, Diana?
What do you mean?
It's going back, so once it's on there and it dries, and as not oxygen, but as carbon dioxide hits
yes.
it, what happens to the material?
It turns into limestone again.
It turns right back into limestone.
Right back into limestone, yeah.
In this case, with the mixture of granite, marble in it.
Marble.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
I love it.
You're gorgeous. We love you.
The cons.
Oh, sorry.
You can't patch these.
Okay.
You could definitely, try to sand it, primer, and then cover if there's any kind of stains or anything like that.
Okay.
But it'll always show.
I got you.
Another con is price. It is a little far more expensive than an expensive paint. But aside from that, I think the pros outweigh the cons for sure.
Okay, and then real quick, how much value does this add to someone's home after they've used a material like this?
If the application is done correctly and it flows naturally, because you want it to flow in a natural point versus straight up and down or in different directions, it can add a good amount of value.
Okay, so if you're gonna sell your house and you want to give it some curb appeal and raise the value with some of the finer finishes, is this something that you would recommend to somebody?
Yes, definitely. In the right room, in the right setting.
Right.
This will definitely add value to your home.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for
You're
all of your
welcome.
knowledge and your sharing it with us.
Of course.
I'm sure the viewers will like it.
Anytime.
And this house is in Downey. Some of you guys are familiar with the area in Downey where there's some really nice houses and they have a lot of land, square footage on the property. This is one of those houses. Typically we work neighborhoods like Long Beach, the Belmont Shore side of Long Beach, some of the east side of Long Beach, a lot of Encino, Calabasas, and this will be and we've gotten some of the Orange County, South Orange County, coastal cities and some of the border cities on the bottom of South Orange County. But now we're in Downey, and this is really cool because it's the first time I've been here, and you just see some of these mansions, which honestly guys, I'll be completely honest, and I've been to a lot of places. This one right here, dude, is probably the biggest one I've seen. And before this mansion right there, the biggest property I've ever set foot on was 11,000 square feet. That's I think that's a 13,000 square foot house. Maybe in a future, if you guys ask for it and you guys want to see, we'll do an update with an aerial view of this job and the surrounding lots. Another interesting fact, and this is beside the point of Venetian plaster and smooth finishes, but something really interesting about this job is that you won't be able to see it because it's nighttime and it's dark, but everything that you see that's dark right there, like you'll see a light back there, that's somebody's backyard. In that area in the center of the screen, that's somebody else's backyard. But in the middle of those two areas, there's an entrance and it goes to this huge dark lot. At the back of the lot there, you'll see a light, not the bright light, but right over this way, you'll notice there's a tent there. And there's a gentleman that lives in this huge, I mean, the thing's probably an acre big, at least. If not right over an acre. And so the guy lives there in a tent and he comes out, plants trees, and just does his daily routine. It's so insane. He has his tent, a fire pit. He's like homesteading in the middle of in between a bunch of Downey mansions. So anyways, I thought that was really interesting and super cool to see on a daily basis. But this is Diana's work. Diana's amazing, you guys. You'll be seeing more of Diana and more of her work. There's plenty of stuff we haven't uploaded yet, but we look forward to bringing it all to you guys and showing you guys what these old world finishes are about with regards to the lime plaster, Venetian plaster, lime wash, and am I missing anything?
No, that's pretty much it. A lime plaster is usually the base of everything.
Right on. See you guys.
Bye.